Hi, my name is Pulkit Kudiwal. I am an NFT artist. Check out my NFT drops on nft.wazirex.com. So I find inspiration in everything and anything I do, basically brainstorming ideas that I could convert potentially into artworks that could tell stories to other people. Basically, that's my way of telling stories, and I find inspiration in other artists' work as well. So basically thinking about how their thought process would look like while creating this artworks gives me enough inspiration to create my own artworks as well. So I've been creating art from past 4 years. So I started in 2017. I was always fascinated by digital art, and I jumped into it, and I started loving it, and that's been my journey. I've been using two softwares primarily for my work, and that's how I create my artworks, and I have been creating it from like past 4 years. So I use digital media for creating my artworks, which is using softwares on like a computer or something. So I use Photoshop for 2D purposes, and I use Blender 3D for the 3D purposes. My artwork creation pipeline looks like this. So it starts from the Blender 3D. I create the 3D block out of the artwork that I want to create, and then I use Photoshop to put something over it and to composite something over it, and then use it for color grading as well. So once it looks fine to my eye, I usually export it and then upload it on my Instagram. So I started digital art in 2017 because I was fascinated by digital art and photo manipulation in general. So photo manipulation has been always fascinating to me because the way it opens the gates to your creativity, which is amazing. You can create anything that you want to with Photoshop, which gave me enough confidence to edit my own images. That gave me a boost to start my creative journey, and then I explored more artworks and explored myself within and created more and more artworks, and that's the way I started with digital art. And about NFTs, I started NFTs in mid-March. So I got into NFTs because of the one thing that it is finally proving to be compensating the artist's time and effort, and on top of that we'll be getting royalties for each artwork that is resold again by the collector that is collecting our art, which is amazing. And before NFTs this was never possible. Okay, so NFT is not about just showcasing my artwork, it's more about immortalizing my artwork on the blockchain, which is an amazing thing to have. Like it's going to stay forever, and it is going to give me validation that someone has an ownership of my artwork, and that person really likes my work or admires my work, which is an amazing thing to have as an artist. So I think NFT is proving to be a revolution, and I think every artist out there should try NFT space because it's beautiful, and the community around it is very supporting as well. Brainstorm the ideas, and then I think of how much I create, or how could I create this particular concept. And then once I brainstorm the idea, I either find the stock images on the internet that are available as a Creative Commons license that could be used as commercial purposes. So I usually find stock images, or maybe if I can't find stock images, I use the Blender 3D software, create a block out of the artwork that I want to create, and then use textures, and then render this artwork out, and then use Photoshop to finally remove any problems if that artwork has, and maybe composite something over it, and maybe color grading and all that good stuff. So that's how the process looks like. And the artwork that I dropped in WazirX is revolved around the situation that has been happening around us. So the situation like the lockdown events recently, and that led me like to boredom and really like mentally low. So I thought of creating an artwork that could help me escape my reality to a place that I want to be, to a place where there is no negativity around. That is how Solitude, the artwork that I dropped on WazirX, was created. So I basically wanted to create an island that is away from people, and there is no negativity around. There are beautiful colors, there is a moon. For me, moon is like everything. Moon is so precious to me, so I added a moon there, and that's how the artwork came into existence. I think that digital art and NFTs are going to go in hand, because NFTs are not just for digital art; they are for everything that is creative and that any artist or anyone wants to sell. So basically, NFTs is something that any person on this planet can use to immortalize their stuff on the blockchain. But for digital art, for digital artists, it's an amazing opportunity to be able to mint your artwork on a platform, to be able to get eyes of a person who really admires artists, and to be able to be finally be financially free and think about the creative part rather than thinking about the financial part is amazing. And I think that's the future, because NFTs are revolution, and it has proven it, and it's going to be proving it in the future as well. And it sure might have its lows, but it is a future thing, and it will sustain longer than you think.